My name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani. Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for SAT. We have been solving SAT grammar questions out of this book here, the official SAT study guide. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problems that we are about to solve are the ones that you will find on page number 656. Please turn to it. Page 656, and today is our lesson number 21. There are 11 of these questions, 11 of these type of questions, which means the first 4 or 5 are easy, the next 4 or 5 in the middle are going to be medium, the last 4 or 5 are hard. In other words, the problems that we see on page number 656, they are all easy. As you turn the page on 657, in the first column they are medium, in the second column on page number 657, on the right hand side, they are all hard. Let's begin. Number 1. It says the delegates coming this far they, and this entire thing is underlined, did not want to return without accomplishing something. They did not want to return without accomplishing something. As you can see, this sentence starts out in a very awkward way. Delegates coming this far, they did not want to return without accomplishing something. It will be much better for us to say this entire part, replace it with having come this far, they did not want to return without having accomplished something. Now, what I did here just now, it may look like I was just looking at the answer choices, but I was not. You must never look at the answer choices, as I always remind you. If you've been watching these videos from the beginning, today is our 21st day. In the first 20 days, if you have seen the videos, you know that I always remind you never to look at the answer choices. Keep the answer choices covered with your hand, work on it yourself, changes, improve it, and then once you have decided that the sentence is the way you think it should be, then and only then we lift our hand and look at the answer choices. Having come this far, they decided not to return without accomplishing something, and that answer choice is C. Number 2. Now, of course, there was no reason for us to make such a big fuss about it because it's only number 1. It's very easy. On a scale of 1 through 11, it was 1. Number 2 is also very straightforward. After marching for 4 hours, in temperature exceeding 90 degrees, that's the boring bits, as I always remind you. Learn how to concentrate on the interesting bits, on the relevant bits, and learn how to ignore the boring bits. That's the boring bits. After marching for 4 hours, the band members were soaked. The members, or better yet, they were soaked. Forget about the members of the band. They were soaked as if marching through rainstorm. As if marching through rainstorm. So the sentence, as far as we are concerned, the sentence reads, after marching for 4 hours, they were soaked if they were marching through, as if they were marching through rainstorm. You have to work on it. They were soaked as if they had marched, not marching, as if they had marched through rainstorm, or if you like, as if they had been marching through the rainstorm. One or the other, either this one or that one. As if they had marched with the ed at the end, as if they had marched through a rainstorm, or as if they had been marching through a rainstorm. One or the other. Let's lift our hand now. Let's lift our hand and look at the answer choices and see what we can do. Having marched, B says, having marched, that's not it. C says, if marching from, no, that's not it. As if they had marched. There you go, as if they had marched. There is a C. There's our D actually, not C. The answer choice is D. As if they had marched with the ED, right here is D. That's your answer. Number 3. Number 3. The harmful effects of smoking on the vascular system, the harmful effects of smoking on the vascular system is increasingly understood, increasingly well documented, increasingly obvious. How about that? So the sentence reads, the harmful effects on the vascular system is increasingly obvious. What's the subject of the sentence? Subject of the sentence is effects, plural. So if you take out this part, on the vascular system, if you take out this part, it reads, the harmful effects is increasingly obvious. No, the harmful effects are. Since the subject of the sentence is plural, the subject must agree with the verb. That's the very first thing we look for, subject-verb agreement. In the list of the things that we look for, subject-verb agreement is the most common mistake that appears in the exam. That's the very first thing we look for. The harmful effects are increasingly obvious. Number 4, last one. The issue the council debated, which was whether repeal of the rent will improve housing or just increase profits for landlords. Well, let's see what we can do here. The issue the council debated, this part should have been underlined also. There you go, it starts from here. I realized that this part should have been underlined also because this is the problem. We don't need this word. It should read, do not look at the answer choices. As I always tell you, if you look at the answer choices, it's going to get very tedious. The issue the council debated was, that's the next word we expect to hear, was or is, some sort of a word. We don't need the which. The issue the council debated was whether the repeal of the rent will improve the housing or it will just increase the profit for the landlord. All we have to do is take out this word which. Let's go through the answer choices. We're looking for one answer choice which is the exact same thing as the underlined portion, except it doesn't have the word which in the beginning. B, C, D, E. B says debated was as if. No, that's not it. There is no as if here. Debated was, I'm looking at C now. Debated was that that repeal of the rent control. No, it should read exactly the same thing as this. D says debated was will repealing. No. The issue, the last one. The issue the council debated was, and I'm reading the answer choice E now, was whether repeal of the rent control would improve. Repeal of the rent control, they're right, it should say would improve, or just increase the profit for the landlord. I missed that part, but it doesn't matter. Still the fact remains that we just crossed out which, and that's answer choice is E. The issue the council debated was whether repeal of the rent control would improve the housing condition, or would it simply improve the profit for the landlord? The answer is E. That was the end of it. Those were the easy questions. Tomorrow we'll do the next page where we'll tackle the medium and the hard questions in a series of 11 of these questions. Alright, bye now.